All right, let's dive into Eurovision 2025. We're looking at the Wikipedia article, and we're going to cover all the need-to-know info. Like who's competing, where it's all happening, and any sort of like insider scoop we can dig up.
I think what's really cool is that Switzerland is hosting again. After Nemo's win with the code last year, back-to-back wins are pretty rare.
Yeah.
Right?
It's only the third time they've hosted. The last time was 1989.
Wow.
A long time.
I wonder how that gap between hosting has shaped their approach to this year's contest. Think they'll like play it safe or like go crazy with something we don't expect?
Oh, that's a good question. And actually, they've chosen Basel as the host city. What do you think about that? Was there much competition?
Well, hosting Eurovision is a big deal. It's not just about like a cool city. It's logistics, capacity, and just like a ton of behind the scenes work. Basel beat out some pretty strong contenders, so they must have had a really convincing bid.
And it looks like they're going all out. They're turning the St. Jacob Shell, which is usually for like sports and concerts, into a Eurovision stage. But even better, they're also using St. Jacob Park. It's a soccer stadium to show the final live with performances by past Eurovision stars. Can you imagine being in that stadium?
I would love to see that. The atmosphere would be amazing. Speaking of changes, remember all the drama last year with that Dutch entry and the filming rules?
Oh, yeah. Things got a little heated backstage.
Yeah. So it seems like the EBU, the European Broadcasting Union, is taking steps to avoid that kind of thing in 2025. They've created some new roles and restructured things to keep it all running smoothly.
So they're tightening things up, making sure everyone's playing by the rules.
Yeah.
And speaking of players, we've got 38 countries ready to compete this year.
And Montenegro is back after a 2-year break.
Oh, wow. Wonder what brought them back. It's interesting to think about, like, what might have shifted for them to decide to participate again.
It does make you wonder what their motives are.
Yeah, for sure.
Sadly, a few countries are sitting this one out, like Andorra, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Slovakia.
Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, I mean, participating in Eurovision is a huge commitment, like financially, logistically.
You're right. It's a big undertaking, and sometimes countries have to prioritize other things.
Absolutely. And then we have Kosovo, who really wanted to join this year.
Yeah.
But their application was rejected by the EBU.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Maybe next time.
Yeah, maybe next time. But hey, while we wait for most countries to like reveal their musical contenders, a few have already announced their acts.
Yeah. It's like a sneak peek behind the Eurovision curtain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Albania is sending Shkodra Elektronike. Cyprus has chosen Theo Evan. Czechia is going with Doxis. And Montenegro is bringing back Nina Jujic.
Hold on, Nina Jujic. Didn't she compete with Jujic back in 2013?
She did.
Yeah.
It's always interesting when we see returning artists. I wonder how her sound has evolved and what kind of performance she'll bring. Any early predictions based on these announcements?
It's tough to say this early. I'm not sure these early announcements reveal any kind of strategy. Maybe they're just trying to build hype.
Maybe. But speaking of hype, let's talk about the theme for Eurovision 2025. Unity Shapes Love.
Oh, that's a powerful theme, especially given what's going on in the world right now. I wonder how they'll weave that message into the stage design, the visuals, even the songs themselves.
That's a good point. And for the visuals they're using, these little Eurovision hearts arranged in like a pixelated style. They're very modern, eye-catching. And the stage is designed by Florian Vieter. This is his 8th time designing the stage for Eurovision. Do you think he feels pressure to like outdo himself each time?
Maybe a little. He has designed some really iconic stages. This year he's taking inspiration from Switzerland's mountains and their linguistic diversity. I'm picturing something majestic, maybe with a touch of Swiss precision.
Okay, you've officially got me. Even more excited for Eurovision 2025. We've got a stunning host city, a returning contender with a familiar face, a powerful theme, and a legendary stage designer. What more could you ask for?
It's definitely shaping up to be an unforgettable year. But here's a question I keep thinking about. Can Eurovision 2025, with its focus on unity and being in Switzerland, actually live up to its theme in a world that feels increasingly divided?
Ooh, that's a really good question. It leads perfectly into our next segment.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about a contest that's all about bringing countries together through music. But like, can something like Eurovision actually make a difference when like political tensions are so high and the world feels so divided?
It's a big question, and I don't think there's an easy answer. I mean, on the one hand, it's entertainment, right? It's fun, it's escapism. But on the other hand, it's a huge platform.
Yeah, millions of people watch it every year.
Exactly. And that kind of exposure can definitely have an impact. Think about some of the iconic Eurovision moments. You know, those performances that sparked conversations, challenged norms, or just brought people together?
Yeah. Like Conchita Wurst winning for Austria in 2014 with Rise Like a Phoenix. That was such a powerful moment. For LGBTQ plus visibility.
Exactly. It got people talking about acceptance and tolerance. And not just in Europe, but all over the world. And it's not just individual performances either. I think Switzerland being the host country adds another layer to this whole unity thing.
Right, because Switzerland is known for being neutral and diplomatic. It's like they're the perfect country to host a contest about unity.
It's interesting, isn't it, this contest, rooted in European culture and identity, taking place in a country that's famous for staying neutral. I wonder how that will play out.
Yeah. Will it affect like the tone of the contest, the songs, the voting even? Who knows? Speaking of Switzerland, though, they've won 3 times, but it's been a while since their last victory in '88.
Yeah. It's interesting to think about those past winning songs, like Celine Dion's Ne partez pas sans moi, which was a classic power ballad, or Hold Me Now by Johnny Logan, that had this like anthemic feel. I wonder if Switzerland will try to do something similar, or if they'll go in a totally different direction.
Oh, maybe they'll surprise us with something.
Yeah.
Totally avant-garde and unexpected.
Wouldn't that be cool? I guess that's part of what makes Eurovision so great. You never know what you're going to get.
Exactly. It's all about the surprises.
Yeah.
But with all the glitter and spectacle and the voting and everything, it's easy to forget what makes Eurovision so special.
You're right. At its heart, it's about music and creativity.
It's about showcasing different cultures, different languages, different artistic styles. It's like a giant, vibrant tapestry of musical expression.
I like that. A giant tapestry. And I think that's what draws people in. It's a chance to experience something unique, something that goes beyond borders, language barriers.
Yeah. It reminds us that music can connect us in a way that other things can't. It's a universal language.
Definitely. It speaks to our emotions, our hopes, our dreams. And in a world that feels so divided, that connection, that shared experience is so important.
So as we continue to dive into Eurovision 2025, let's shift our focus to the individual countries. Artists competing this year, like who are the early favorites? What kinds of songs are we expecting? And what can we learn about each country through their musical choices?
Yeah, that's where things get really interesting.
I got to say, I always get excited.
Yeah.
When the songs start coming out, it's like opening a present. You never know what musical gem you're going to find.
And this year's going to be extra exciting with all the returning artists and the new faces.
Okay, so before we get into the specifics, let's talk strategy. Some countries, you know, they always send those big, powerful ballads.
Yeah.
The ones that just pull at your heartstrings.
Right. And then you have the countries that go for the high-energy dance tracks.
Exactly. And then there are the wild cards, the ones that come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And totally surprise you. Those are my favorites.
Yeah. They really shake things up. Remember that time that Finnish heavy metal band won?
Oh, yeah. Lordi. That was amazing. Nobody saw that coming.
Totally unexpected. It just goes to show you, Eurovision has no boundaries.
So while we wait for the rest of the songs to drop, let's play a little game.
Ooh.
Okay, so based on what we know about the countries competing, and the theme, Unity Shapes Love, let's try to predict some potential themes, or musical styles, for example. Do you think we'll see any songs that, like, address the current political situation in Europe?
That's a good one.
Huh.
It's definitely possible. Eurovision has never been afraid to tackle social and political issues. Remember when Jamala won for Ukraine in 2016 with 1944? That was a powerful song about the deportation of Crimean Tatars during World War II.
Yeah, it definitely caused some controversy, but it also sparked a lot of important conversations.
Exactly.
So do you think we'll see any countries using their song as a platform for promoting peace and understanding?
Maybe.
Or even calling for unity?
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Right. It'd be so inspiring.
If a song with that kind of message won.
Yeah. It would send such a strong message to the world.
Okay, here's another prediction. I think we might see more collaborations this year.
Oh, like duets.
Yeah.
With artists from different countries.
Exactly. It would fit the theme of unity perfectly.
Right. And imagine the creative possibilities. I'm already picturing it. A powerful ballad with like a Spanish singer and a French rapper. Maybe some Greek instruments in the background.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's the beauty of Eurovision. It's a melting pot of musical styles and cultures.
And who knows, maybe we'll even get a surprise guest appearance from a huge international star.
Yeah.
Like Coldplay.
Ooh, now that would be a game changer.
Can you imagine? The buzz.
Yeah.
It'll be legendary. But even without a surprise guest, I have a feeling Eurovision 2025 is going to be something special. With the focus on unity, Switzerland is the host, and all the amazing artists, I think we're in for a real treat.
I agree. It's going to be exciting to see how it all unfolds. Will a powerful ballad about unity win? Or a high-energy dance track? Or maybe another total wild card?
We'll just have to wait and see.
Right.
But one thing's for sure, Eurovision 2025 is going to be historic.
So as we wrap up our deep dive, I want to encourage everyone listening to really pay attention to the details.
Yes. Look beyond the glitter and spectacle.
Think about the stories the artists are trying to tell through their music and their performances.
How do those songs reflect the cultures and politics of the countries competing?
Yeah. And most importantly, how does this year's contest contribute to the conversation about unity in a world that feels so divided?
Because those are the questions that will make this Eurovision journey truly rewarding.
So get ready to be entertained, enlightened, and maybe even surprised by Eurovision 2025.
It's a show you don't want to miss.
Yeah.
And hey, maybe you'll even be inspired to book a trip to Basel to experience all the magic for yourself.